Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a good evening. This is my review of the Stevens 320. It's a 12 gauge pump shotgun. Before we begin, let's go ahead and verify clear and safe. So, there's your tube, it's an orange follower. Let's go ahead and turn it this way. No round in the chamber. All right, so this gun's pretty sweet. Picked it up at my local Academy Sports for what was it? It was $230, I think, out the door with tax. It's like $248, $250, something like that. It's not bad. And it's your basic 12 gauge pump shotgun. It just happens to have, pistol grip stock on it. I kind of like the fact that it's got this extended forend on it. It's got these little finger cutouts here so you can grip it, and it gets wider as it goes back, but it's still got it here. So if you want to grip out far, you can. If you want to grip in close, you can. It's really not much to say about this shotgun other than the fact it's pretty basic. If you just want to walk into a shotgun and get a lot of bang for your buck, I would say this one's probably it. Only had it a couple of days, haven't had a chance to shoot it. It's got a basic front bead on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it is drilled and tapped on the top here. So you could probably put a rail on top if you wanted to, or if I know there's different models of this that come with like the ghost ring sight. So I guess if you wanted to buy that sight, you could put it on there. I'm just assuming that. Don't take my word on it, but I think. Why else would it be tapped out like that? I'm not going to disassemble it, but it's pretty basic. So to disassemble it, though, is just this front end right here. You would undo it, and the barrel will come off. And that's pretty much the major disassembly for this. You can clean your barrel. You can get to all of your innards for that, right? But if you needed to go further, this pin right here, you would punch it out. And then, slide this forward. Your trigger group just slides out. And then you could take your forend and then slide your bolt out. It just comes out as one group. There's other YouTube videos on YouTube on how to disassemble this, so I'm not going to repeat the process, beat a dead horse on disassembly. There's others out there, but this is not hard to disassemble. I disassembled it as soon as I got it, and I do that with every gun I get. I clean it, make sure I didn't see any like erroneous machine marks inside of it, no loose metal or anything. It's in good shape. I bought it brand new. Trying to think about what else about it. I like the stock on it. I like the fact that it's not like, a thick stock. I like that it has this cutout. It's very ergonomic. I did, when I was taking it apart, I did take this stock off, and the bolt that holds this in, right, there's 2 screws on the butt plate here. And that's nice rubber too, it's thick. But there's 2 screws there, right here and right here. And you take this off, and if you've got an extension, right, you can go in here and you take that bolt out. If you got an extension for your sockets, it should be, I'm trying to think, there's my hand, right? So that's it's like 2.5 hand lengths. I don't know the distance in inches, but I had a fairly long extension, was able to get it out. I put a little bit of Loctite on that bolt just to keep it from walking out. Something I like to do with my shotguns too is that, these plastic pieces, they are hollow. It's thick plastic, but it is hollow, so it will leave a nice hollow ting to it when you knock on it. This one won't, because what I've done is I took 2 shop rags and I just kind of jammed them in here, and it kind of fills that void so you don't get that hollow ting on it. I have a Mossberg 88 that I did the same thing to. And with the with the sling, swivel on it, right, on the back end of that one with its sling, you know, if it ever hit it, you would hear a loud, that echoey ting, a hollow ting. And if you do some shop rags in there, that'll solve the problem. I've seen on YouTube where people take some foam, you know, some spray foam and spray down in there. Now that becomes a problem if you ever want to take it off in the future. You know, you're going to have to go in through all that. But, I mean, you can get creative with it. Put a PVC pipe in there and then fill around that if you wanted to. One thing about this gun that might irritate some people, and let me see if I can, I'm going to read it, but I'll zoom in on it. Manufactured by Sun City Machinery Company, Ltd. in PRC. It's People's Republic of China. Imported by Savage Arms, Inc., Westfield, Massachusetts, USA. So this is not, this firearm, I guess, to hit the price point they're at with this gun, it's made in China, PRC, People's Republic of China. If that bothers you, I'm going to tell you the truth, it bothers me a little bit. And I knew it when I bought the gun, but I mean, for the price, you can't beat it. You probably have a lot of stuff in your house, you know, on your body that's made in China. And to me, that's kind of, it's an irritating factor, but I mean, the gun, I mean, it seems pretty solid. There's enough YouTube videos out there, you know, to sell you on it. Whether or not you want to buy it or not, if you're looking for a good home defense gun, I mean, you could go hunting with this if you wanted to. You'd have to buy, mine did not come with a plug for this, so you could limit yourself to the 3 rounds, but I think that they have a sporting model of it that has a longer barrel that I know does come with the plug. And I think if you get the version that's just like this, but with a regular stock, I think it comes with the plug as well. Mine did not come with a plug. It does hold, I don't know if I mentioned this, it does hold 5 rounds in the tube. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid gun. You know, I've taken it apart, cleaned it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a gun from China, but you know, it does seem solid, right? I'm gonna hold the slide release on it, but I mean it. And I have a Mossberg 88, and I love that firearm. I really do. But this has it beat on this release every time. Like, it's smooth. It's nice. So I'm excited to shoot it. So one thing right here too, it does have a, what they call, you know, a rotating bolt, right? And it's I've had some dummy rounds in here. You know, I've loaded it up and cycled them. You know, I don't know how many times I've done that. Because, you know, I was kind of weary about it being from China, right? But, I mean, it cycles them and it will eject them just fine. I've seen videos where I was worried about, and I don't know if you've noticed this on other YouTube videos. If you're watching mine, you've probably watched others. I've noticed where when the shells are ejecting, they kind of eject kind of short. You know, they don't come out far. On my Mossberg, they just, when I go to rack this thing back, on my Mossberg, they just shoot out far. This one, they shoot out pretty far, but I think it's all dependent on how hard you're racking it back, right? So if you're racking it back softly, they just kind of fall out. But if you're coming back hard with it, like they shoot out. They shoot out pretty hard. Messing around with it, I've misplaced my dummy rounds. I can't find them for the video, and I apologize. But having them in here, you know, if you go to, you know, if you kind of go slow forward with it sometimes like that, most of the time they'll feed, but sometimes they might get hung up and you'll have to go back and then slam it forward. It likes to be, you know, when you cock it, when you're sending it home, it wants to be home. So, you know, I think when you're shooting, you know, I don't think most people are, you know, lightly bringing it home anyways. But, let's see, what else am I missing? I mean, it's just a standard 12 gauge shotgun, folks. It does have a front swivel on it. And then for the rear, it's got this little piece on the rear for it. But, for what it is, I mean, you can't can't beat it. It's just got a front bead on it, you know, fairly basic. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Before I go, let's do this. I'm gonna bring out my Maverick just to show you a size comparison. So if you do have a Maverick, maybe this will help you. I'll lay the Maverick on the table. Maybe I can show you a size comparison. So I'm trying to get out of the shadow here. Sorry folks, but you know, buttstock to buttstock, they're about the same size. The Savage is just a little longer. But yeah, like I said, 200 and let's say it was priced at $230, walked out I think at like $248, I think is what I paid for it at Academy Sports. So you know, if you got the money, it's definitely a good buy. But yeah, as far as, and one last thing, I keep saying that as far as weight goes, this one is definitely lighter than my Mossberg for sure. I guess time will tell as far as durability, but I think that it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good gun. I know for aftermarket parts they make a 1-round extension for this. The only problem with it is that it has a dimple on each side right here on the tube. So in order for that to work properly, you'd have to either push out those dimples, and this band for the barrel that's holding the barrel on here is on here. I don't want to take this apart because it's easy to take apart, folks, but I don't want to take it apart if I ain't got to. So that dimple, you can either sand it down or drill it out, but even once you drill it out, you still have to sand down the burrs on the inside of the barrel. If you want to go that route, you can, right? And then they give you an extra, the company, I've looked up, Googled a couple, but they give you an extra long spring to run in there for that extra length you're getting for it. But that's my last little bit on it. If you got any questions, please hit me up in the comments. Or if there was something you would have liked to see, I can do another video on it. I'm trying to work on getting a setup so I can film while I'm shooting, because I would like to do some shooting videos, give you some information on how these firearms shoot, the ones I post. But yeah, if you like this video, please like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thanks.